Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, the Hut. Welcome back to Baseball Hut 2. I hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. So we've been talking a lot about this offseason, about this dreary, and the Hut means dreary, pathetic free agent market. But next year is a different story. I found an article from CBS Sports, and we can talk about it here, about the market next year. And we're going to have some big names on it. I think most of these guys will be hitting free agency. Here we go. 2 early 2025 MLB free agency rankings. Juan Soto at number 1, plus predictions who will actually hit the market. There are still notably unsigned players in this year's class, but they all suck. Other than Yamamoto and Ohtani, this market sucks. I mean, Hader's pretty good, but beyond that, this market sucks. Sucks big time. So let's get into the names of next year. Number 1, Juan Soto, outfielder, New York Yankees. Soto, the winter's biggest trade acquisition, scheduled to hit free agency as a 26-year-old on a Hall of Fame trajectory. He doesn't need a new banner season to convince anyone he deserves a mammoth contract next winter, but he might produce one anyway within the friendliest home offensive environments of his career. He's been reliable in both health and performance, topping 150 games and 140 OPS plus in all 4 of his full-length seasons, leaving his below-average glove as his biggest blemish. Let's be real here, the team's put off by the aspect of his game likely weren't serious about signing him in the first place. Prediction. Reaches free agency. As we saw last winter with Aaron Judge, the Yankees tend to let their stars test the open market. Adding how Soto is represented by Scott Boras, and we think it's a certainty he'll become a free agent. That doesn't mean he'll leave. It does mean that you should get used to seeing his name at the top of these lists. Oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun year with him. And a fun offseason next year. Where will he go? That's what I'm going to say. We'll put the names out there. The Yankees, the Mets. The Mets are going to be in on him. The Mets are taking a year off from spending a lot of money. They're gonna invest all their efforts into him. He is a great player. The Cubs, the Phillies. I would expect the Rangers. Those are the teams I'll be seeing him possibly going to next year. Number 2, Alex Bregman, third baseman from Houston Astros. Bregman may not be the force he was early in his career when he finished top 5 in consecutive Most Valuable Player awards, but he remains a very good player, adept at many foundational parts of his game. He reliably takes high-quality at-bats. He seldom swings and misses. He's good at 20-plus home runs a season, and he's at worst a scratch defender at third. He also appeared in at least 150 games, all but one of his 6 full regulation-length seasons. Most clubs would be thrilled to get that kind of steady production from the hot corner. Reaches free agency. The Astros have 2 other players on this list to concern themselves with retaining. Bregman, the youngest of the group, represented by Boras, feels like least likely to stick around. The Yankees will be in on him. The Mets will be in on him. The Cubs will be in on him. The Dodgers will be in on him. The Mariners will be in on him. Possibly the Phillies. Maybe the Red. No, not the Red Sox. What am I talking about? But you'll see a lot of teams in on him. I can guarantee that. Number 3, Corbin Burnes. When it comes to chunking baseballs, things tend to fall apart. Be that as it may, Burnes is clearly the right-handed arm in his class best positioned to cash in when you consider his talent level, track record of durability, and age. He's finished top 10 in Cy Young Award voting 4 years in a row. He's averaged 31 starts in the last 3 seasons, and he won't celebrate his 30th birthday until October. Maybe he gets hurt. Maybe he loses the feel for his cutter. Maybe he decides he'd rather pursue that's stupid. That prediction of free agency. I'll tell you the teams. The Mets will be in on him. Certainly the Mets have David Stearns as the guy running the ball club. We can assume the Yankees. The Dodgers will be in on him. The Cubs. Since the Cubs are stealing managers from him, they might as well sign this guy too. The Red Sox, the Phillies. I would think the Rangers too. The next guy, Zach Wheeler, former Met. Remember last time Wheeler was a free agent? He was all promise. Now he stands a great chance of hitting the market after the recent Cy Young Award consideration 4 of his last 5 seasons with the Phillies. He's going to be good until he's 40, in my view. I would think that the Mets will be back in on him, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Rangers, the Red Sox. Man, he's going to have quite the market for him. Next up, Jose Altuve, the shortest man in the world. Now, he's getting up there in age. Second baseman from the Houston Astros. Don't let him open his shirt. Don't keep his shirt closed. Yeah. That's where the wire was. Astros general manager Dana Brown has been open, perhaps so open as to giving away negotiation power, but has decided to keep Altuve, Bregman, and Houston for the duration of their careers. Now, he's going to be 34 years old. Altuve should stay in Houston. That's my opinion. Where will he go? That's a good question. His market is a little murky. But like I said, the best thing for him to do is stay in Houston. He's got a Hall of Fame career. Why leave a good place for him? That is a perfect place for him. Number 6, Ha-Seong Kim, San Diego Padres shortstop. Where he's going to go is a good question. Kim has scored back-to-back 5-win seasons thanks to an well above average defensive skill set and a throwback diet of singles, walks, and stolen bases. He's going to have an interesting year. Interesting. Technically, the Padres and Kim possess a mutual option for his 25 season. Another high output showing would seem to ensure he reaches free agency. Oh, we'll see where he goes. I don't know what his market would be. Some teams might look at him as a second baseman. Number 7. This is the most dreaded name I didn't want to see on this list. Mets first baseman Pete Alonso. If you read our coverage for any period of time, you know we're almost always a low vote on right-handed first baseman. Be it in the draft or in free agency, it's nothing personal, guys. It's just a reflection of how the league doesn't value that profile as much as it may have been in the past. You'd say that an unfortunate break for Alonso, undeniably one of the game's top sluggers, and an interesting dilemma for new boss David Stearns. Interesting. Will Stearns' analytical background convince him to trade or forgo extending Alonso? Or will he decide it's a worthy gamble to keep a beloved member of the franchise in place? Maybe we're wish casting, where we learned toward the latter. Prediction works out an extension to remain with New York. I think he will hit free agency, and he will re-sign with the Mets next year on an 8-year deal or something like that. The money's not important. I think it's more the terms. I think for him. And I think he loves to hear. We'll go to the market. The Cubs will be in on him. The Brewers, I've heard little bits about the Brewers, but I don't think they're going to do that now. I think the Cubs are really the team. I don't think his market is that big, to be honest with you. I don't think his market is that big. So I think at the end of the day he will stay with the Mets because the Mets want him back, and I think it would be silly to let him walk. Paul Goldschmidt, here's another guy. 37 years old. This guy could possibly be he's probably a Hall of Famer, former MVP, All-Star, Gold Glove winner. He's going to stay with the Cardinals. He should stay there. There are certain places that a player should be. He should stay there. Number 9, Max Fried. Where's this guy going to go? The guy's always hurt. So who the hell knows where he's going to go? Maybe the Braves will get him on a deal. Who the hell knows? Does anybody really care about Max Fried? He hasn't pitched. Who cares? Justin Verlander. Houston Astros. Where's Verlander going to go? I would say he stays in Houston. That's what I think. Number 11, Max Scherzer. Let's see. They say he's going to reach free agency. He's going to pitch in his age 40 season. And he's going to pitch for the Rangers this year. Will he pitch more than 20 games this year? It's a good question. He's going to get hurt. No doubt. His body's broken down. He'll reach free agency, and where he signs, anybody's guess. Willie Adames, shortstop of the Milwaukee Brewers. Prediction he will go to the free agency. Where will he sign? That's a good question. He's an interesting case. I don't know. That market I don't know. Walker Buehler. Now he's going to have an interesting market. He's coming off of Tommy John. He missed a whole last year. He'll be back this year. He's going to hit free agency. I think the Dodgers will let him go. I think Dodgers will let him walk, to be honest with you. And that'll be it. Bye-bye. Where he goes, I mean, some team that want to take a chance on him. We'll see how he pitches, how much he pitches. Because it's going to take him a while to get back in the swing of things. Gleyber Torres. I think he's a very underrated Yankee. The Yankees will let him walk. But I think he's very underrated. He had the second best offensive year last year. Behind Aaron Judge. So I'm very surprised that the Yankees would re-sign him. Because I know the fans don't really care for him. He does a lot of weird things. But he's been a pretty good offensive player. He's still very, very young. Danny Jansen, catcher with the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't know. Don't know a lot about Jansen up there in Toronto. They say he'll reach free agency. Shane Bieber, Cleveland Guardians. I think he'll be traded before that. If the Guardians are out of it, he's going to get moved. They will move him. And then he'll have free agency. Anthony Santander, outfielder of the Baltimore Orioles. They're saying that he will reach free agency, and he will not. The Orioles won't resign him. They'll let him walk. They did not sign any of their big players. Anybody. They'll not sign Adley Rutschman. He'll hit free agency in about 5 years. He will leave. Christian Walker, Arizona Diamondbacks. They're saying here that he's going to work out an extension to remain with Arizona. I would mention, just looking at this, a lot of first basemen in this market next year. That'll be interesting. And they'll all fall under the line of Pete Alonso. Clay Holmes. How's Clay Holmes on this list? Clay Holmes. This guy stinks as a closer. He's a terrible closer. The Yankees should go out and sign Josh Hader. Now, that would not be great because then they would play much better. They'd be in a better spot. But, boy, that... Clay Holmes, let him walk. Max Kepler, outfield of the Minnesota Twins. Kepler's coming off his best campaign in years. He's always been an above-average defender in right, and last season he had his finest offensive effort since 2019 by homering 24 times and reaching base at a .332 clip. We'll see if he can keep it up for another year or if he'll end up sliding down the list before publication. Prediction: reaches free agency. Yeah, he's gonna be a free agent. I wouldn't be surprised if the Twins moved him just to have something in return. Especially if they don't play well, they'll move him before the deadline on July 30th. It's an interesting list. I didn't realize there was all these first basemen in the market next year. But this is a better market and a younger market too. A lot of young guys. So I mean, Juan Soto being the youngest guy on this list. I mean, this is a young market, so it's going to be a very interesting year next year. This market sucks. This region market is terrible, but next year is going to be very, very good. So let me know what you think about this video. I'll be back doing these updates. Monday and Tuesday has been very, very slow here with baseball, but I'll get videos out to you, and let me know what you think about this video, of course. If you've not been a visitor to my channel, I do a lot of different things here. A little bit offbeat in terms of what I normally do, and really anything else you'll find on YouTube. So, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later.